Kemarin aja Australia kalah sama Bahrain, masa kita nggak bisa ngalahin Australia? Harusnya sih serangan kita lebih mantap hari ini. Soalnya si Verdong udah main di wingback kiri. Crossingnya Verdong kan bagus-bagus. Shootingnya dia juga kan semeter. Skor berapa? Skor nggak bisa ngomong sih kalau skor. Realistisnya draw sih sebenarnya. Wih, by the way, live-ku bakal ke delay ya. Soalnya aku nontonnya dari YouTube bukan dari TV. Jadi reactionku bakal ke delay. Kalau kalian nonton dari TV bakal beda, lebih cepat beberapa detik. Kalau dari YouTube dia agak telat. Ini masih gila, GBK full house guys, penuh GBK. Oke, pemain udah mau masuk ke lapangan pemain. Yuk bisa yuk. Masa udah makan belum? Udah dong. Bisa sih ini. Ini rank 2 itu masih terbuka sih guys sebenarnya. Kalau kita misalnya menang lawan Australia misalnya atau draw, terus yang tim-tim lain dibantai, kita bisa kayak peringkat 2. Kalau peringkat 1 kan ya udah nggak mungkin ya. Peringkat 1 kan karena udah pasti Jepang lah. Tapi kalau peringkat 2, 3, 4 ini masih sebenarnya masih bisa ya, masih open banget. As they look to make up for that stuttering start. 25 degrees centigrade, plenty of humidity around as well. It's going to be a warm night, and it is a packed stadium, a sea of red, as the Jakarta locals look to get behind their national team. Indonesia started in the very first round of qualifying, and they come into this stage, it's fair to say, as outsiders. Their 1-1 draw, though, in Saudi Arabia showed plenty of battling qualities, particularly in that second half. They withstood long spells of Saudi pressure to cling on for a precious point, and that certainly suggested that there'll be no pushover for any of the big names that occupy this group. Of course, Australia's caused not out by Japan's 7-0 hammering of China. Just to remind you, in this stage, it is the top 2 from the 3 groups that automatically qualify for the 2026 World Cups. The teams that finish 3rd and 4th go into a further group round to play off for more qualification spots. Shot there of
Ini si Tom Haye nggak main ya. Tom Haye itu penting banget loh padahal.
A bit of pressure now after that defeat to Bahrain. An agonising loss. Harry Souttar's own goal in the 89th minute, snatching all 3 points for Bahrain. And Australia
pemain udah
having dropped the ball at home.
Udah mau masuk lapangan.
Let's not forget this is a repeat of January's Asian Cup last 16.
Marcelino starter ganti yang Witan. By the way, sorry ya guys kalau nggak bisa baca-bacain komen. Hari ini kita fokus dukung timnas. Sintayong.
Indonesian coach Shin Tae-yong of South Korea, who was capped 24 times for his country. The coach who led Indonesia to their best ever Asian Cup finish, reaching the last 16, as I was just talking about, in Qatar at the turn of the year. Australia looking to qualify for their 6th successive World Cup, their 7th in total. Indonesia's only previous World Cup appearance was way back in 1938 as the Dutch East Indies, where they played one game in a straight knockout
Tom Haye di
competition.
bangku cadangan. Bisa jadi Tom Haye ini masih di babak kedua nanti disimpan tenaganya. Soalnya kan kemarin dari Arab Tom Haye kecapean banget.
76 in the FIFA rankings, currently at 133. Australia though, the top 25 these days, 24th in all. Teams have come through previous rounds. Indonesia had to beat Brunei, which they did comfortably, 12-0 on aggregate in the first round, then runners-up in their second round group behind Iraq, but 4 clear of Vietnam, so comfortably made it through. Australia pretty comfortable as well. They were given a bye from the first round because of their ranking. Top their Group I group 10 points ahead of Palestine. They won all 6 games, scored 22 goals and not conceding against Palestine, Lebanon and Bangladesh. This is where it gets serious though. This trip to Indonesia, as difficult as it might prove to be, will be one that Graham Arnold will have earmarked to pick up all 3 points. The talk ahead of the game was how Australia need to improve, having failed to score their opener against Bahrain. I'd expect to face a low block here, a low block that worked so well for Indonesia. Remember Orhan Goen's goal on 19 minutes, putting them ahead in Jeddah. They conceded in first half stoppage time. The second half was a siege. Indonesia proved that they were up for it, and it really was a fantastic point. Australia and Saudi Arabia dropping points in the opening round. Nations looking to take advantage of the fact that Japan and Bahrain are facing each other today. Just over 77,000 the capacity here at the Gelora Bung Karno Stadium. Barely a seat to be found. Genuine excitement after that point in Jeddah against Saudi Arabia. The visit of the Socceroos. Jayid the captain there for Indonesia.
Udah masuk ke lapangan nih pemain-pemainnya nih.
Australia in their traditional gold and green. A minute afterwards, and they made life difficult for themselves, losing to Bahrain.
Justin main guys. Gacor sih guys.
Every team plays 10 games, 9 still to go. Those 2 automatic slots. The 2026 World Cup finals in Canada, the USA and Mexico. Sides making their way out. There is a smattering of Australian support.
lagu kebangsaannya ini Australia. Ini loh Australia loh yang jago paling siapa kipernya. Kipernya kan dari mana? Dari AS Roma kalau nggak salah, Matthew Ryan ini. Indonesia Raya guys. Yuk bisa yuk, ayo strike. Ya tapi pemain-pemain diaspora ya udah hafal bahasa Indonesia semua loh guys. Kecuali yang baru gabung ya kayak Calvin Verdong gitu-gitu. Makin pas aja udah tadi bisa dikit-dikit loh kelasnya.
Can Indonesia build on that point in Jeddah by upsetting the Socceroos, still smarting themselves from Thursday. Form has been decent here. They've won 3 of their 4 qualifiers at home, keeping clean sheets in 3 of them. Indonesia make a couple of changes to the starting 11 against Saudi Arabia. The goalkeeper and back 4 remain the same. Wolves midfielder Justin Hunter replaces Tom Hay in the centre of midfield. The other tweak sees Marcelino Ferdinand come in for Witan Suleiman. Ragnar Oramangoen keeps his place on the wing after his goal in Jeddah on Thursday. It's just his second in the international jersey of Indonesia. Just the one loss here in qualifying so far, 2-0 by Iraq, 2-0 against the Philippines in their last home game. It is an improvement. They have lost 7 successive home World Cup qualifiers until the current campaign in Indonesia. Team hails from Qatar. Someone Ahmad Falahi is the man in the middle. Conversation there with Matt Ryan, the Australian goalkeeper and captain. Joined by Jay Itzes, who owns the armband for Indonesia. On pitch officials from Qatar, as is the VAR team. Cassini suspended, Graham Arnold is always going to have to make some changes for Australia, but the act has certainly been swung as the Socceroos make 5 changes in all from the team that started the defeat to Bahrain. Cameron Burgess is brought into the defence and Keanu Bacchus into the centre of midfield. Having drawn a blank though last time out, Craig Goodwin keeps his place in the forward line. He's the only one that does though, with Silvera, Duke and Irankunda all brought in. Pre-match routines, both sets of players, both in huddles. The message is loud and clear from the Indonesia supporters. Places available, of course, with a 48-team World Cup. Americas. Such a competitive section, still very, very difficult to make it through for Indonesia. Made a good start though. Nothing like the confidence boost of that draw in Saudi Arabia. Now the next big test for a double away trip in October to face Bahrain and China for Indonesia. About ready for kick-off.
Kick-off udah dimulai. Punya aku agak telat ya by the way ya. Kalau kalian di TV lebih cepat. Bisa yuk. Cuaon langsung. Sandy. Mak. Bisa. Shoot. Kelas.
The brightest of starts from the home team. The Socceroos sleeping from kick-off. I think Matt Ryan will probably feel he could have done better. He carried the ball straight out to Rafael Strike. The angle wasn't favourable though for the Indonesian forward, and it's a corner. He's asking for the ball. Plenty of bodies into the Australian penalty area early on for the home team.
Corner. Balik ke Walsh. Cross. Aduh. Walsh naik bolanya.
To feed the ball in. Time for a bit of pitch repair as well before.
Rumputnya jelek guys yang GBK-nya. Jadi crossingnya nggak masuk jadinya. Jenner, Marcel, Wagner, balik ke Marcel. Kelas.
The crowd weren't up for this before kick-off. They certainly are now. There's talk of a low block from Indonesia, but they've started very much on the front foot here.
Hubner, bisa Hubner.
It says it's in there. Verdonk and Rudo forward. The back five. Delivery this time. Away, but as far as Rudo to swing across it again. Australia just can't get out at the moment.
Corner lagi udah corner ke berapa ini? Ketiga ya?
It's been in charge since 2018.
Bisa ya.
Australia to the 2022 World Cup and to 2 Asian Cups, 2019 and earlier this year.
Alvin, Verdonk.
For international himself, Graham Arnold won 56 caps for Australia. being closely watched by Irvin. Verdonk. The outswinging corner. Right
Aduh, sayang.
through to Rido in the end.
Hati-hati,
And
hati-hati.
Australia finally have a bit of possession.
Santai, balikin.
3 minutes into the contest.
Jauh, mantap.
To pace. Sending it forwards. Tara and Burgess in each other's way for a second there. Forward by Burgess.
Kejauhan. J tutup. Mantap J. Bang J.
For the away side to play in. Needs to see a big improvement from his team, Graham Arnold. So what they saw the opening game, the Gold Coast. The extra places available at the World Cup now for all the federations. Safety net if they don't make it into the top 2 of the next round, and even then the intercontinental playoffs. One of the major nations in the AFC don't make it through. They will only have themselves to blame now. It's Burgess.
Press.
Really pensive start from Australia. Keen not to
Hati-hati tengah.
Australia settle into their stride early. That's cleared away by Itzes. Edge now with the throw for Australia.
Kontrol.
There, though, the Indonesian captain.
Sit.
Forward, looking for the run of Wkwk. He feels he was fouled, and so does most of the stadium here. Wkwk. The case turned away from Rakunda. Brought in on the left side, Silvera on the right. Duke, a new addition to the forward line. Played on the left against Bahrain, expected to play more centrally this evening. By Irvin, flattered into by Jenner. Rido with the foot in.
Marcel.
With the header down.
Aduh, Marcel.
Frantic pace of the game in the opening moments. Down by Burgess. Flag up on the far side. Indonesia keeping their shape well and catching Australia offside.
Panas guys, tapi gue paling bentar lagi aku stop live. HP gue panas beneran ini. Nanti ya kita live yang sebenarnya nanti ya. Aduh.
America these days for FC Dallas in MLS.
Ayo, counter. Ragnar. Bos.
With his arms out down there, as if to say, how's Walsh got so much space? But he has. Australia getting back in numbers now, though. Here's Rido. Touchdown to Joan on. Joan again. Strike.
Bisa.
To deliver now, Strike. Walsh has made his way into the
Shoot.
penalty area. Joan twisting and turning. Shepherded out for a goal kick in the end. Good pressure again, though, from Indonesia. Just doing enough in the end. Shepherded out for a goal kick. Choa. Swansea City. Just 22. One in Rotterdam. The Dutch contingent in the Indonesian side. Well won by Verdonk.
Wah, Verdonk kelas. Sabar, balik dulu.
It says it's Rido. Confidence about Indonesia in possession here. Now they have a free kick. Which was late. Craig Goodwin, or just a talking to? No, the card is out.
Kartu kuning gak tuh? Kita live bentar ya guys, bentar lagi kita beres. Karena kenapa? Karena HP-nya panas. Aduh. Absolutely spot on with the yellow card. Tightrope now. Yankee sent off the Portsmouth forward. Lost to Bahrain, suspended for this one. Rido. Yuk, mantap. Aduh, bisa.
Pick a pass. Here's Ferdinand.
Aduh, jauh banget Marcelino. Aduh. Out. Sayang. Sejauh ini possession kita lebih banyak sih ini daripada Australia.
4 of their last 10 games at home, 5 defeats. Indonesia, Iran, Libya twice, and Argentina who won here 2-0. Victors in that run of 10 games.
Gila, Australia dikandangin sama Indo guys.
Qualification matches. Back to Martin Pace.
67% possession kita.
And that's 67% of the ball, Indonesia. In the opening 11 minutes.
Australia 33% doang.
Back to Burgess. Rakunda. Flick off to Irvin.
Hati-hati. Kosong tengah. Oke, aman. Mantap, Calvin Verdonk. Kenapa pause? Oh tadi ada. Oh sorry nggak notice. Thank you. Semoga HP-nya masih bisa bertahan sampai babak pertama selesai. Di NUS rame nggak? Rame dong. Dijaga. Hati. Goal kick. Mantap.
Touches off a defender, referee doesn't agree. It's going to be a goal kick for Indonesia. Trying to get across his marker. Well, have come off the donk, the last touch. Hayes has it. It's his international debut, the against Saudi Arabia. His place again. 26, Martin Paes. Nevertheless, in 2022 from Utrecht. The Dutch contingent, he was born in
Idzes, mantap, Idzes, kelas.
representing Netherlands up to under 21 level. He's bench with the throw for Australia. With risky Rido.
Aduh, ini pemain Australia apa sih jatuh mulu.
In fact, it was. Bedge can take the throw. Okay, short. To the box towards
Jadi.
cross.
Mantap dong.
An opening there.
Clear.
Just did enough to block off Chakati as he was about to pull the trigger. Between these two, but a foul by Chakati. Cap today for Australia. It's from Parma in Italy. He's actually born in Fidenza in Italy. He's cap for the Azzarini, the under-20s.
Marcel, dapetin bolanya.
Went for the return. It's a free kick for Australia. It's Duke fouled. Seconds piece on the ball.
Kipernya.
Suter.
Press kipernya.
Right to Burgess. To the defence today. Cameron Burgess. Moves on to double figures now for Camps, the Ipswich Town centre-back.
Marcel.
In this World Cup qualifying campaign. We've now got 0-0. Now that this team has ridden out that early storm, they're beginning to see more ball now, Australia. It says, it's away under pressure from Duke. Chakati's header. They're on by Burgess. Australian throw. Chakati with it. The options for him. Mirren could came short. Just to go long instead to Jackson Irvine, who made the run. They're out by Idzes. For Silvera.
Strike.
It's a good turn by Strike. Back though by Chakati. Then given away.
Ya elah, umpan apa itu?
Indonesia charge forwards.
Sayang.
A little bit too much gusto though that time. Suter. Suter still reeling from that own goal winner for Bahrain on Thursday, but he was one of Australia's goal scorers in that 4-0 win against Indonesia in the Asian Cup in January. It's got a good record actually with 11 goals, 31 appearances from centre-back, 2 in this qualifying campaign. Coming against Palestine. Away by Rido. Australian throw. Backus. Silvera.
Mantap.
It's come on the
Awesome.
inside.
Hati, di shoot.
Read it. Range effort is deflected behind off JHS for Australian corner. Jackson Irvine has certainly been lively in the centre for Australia. Forward to a Bundesliga campaign with Zan Pauli, Jackson Irvine after promotion from Bundesliga side last season. Number 72 for a veteran of 2 World Cups and 2 Asian Cups. Goodwin with the corner, the first of the game for Australia.
Hati. Aduh.
Goodness me, that could have gone anywhere from
Hati-hati effort doang.
for the centre back. It was just behind for another corner. It's going to be as centre back in a back three or even left back. Calvin Verdonk. It's NEC Nijmegen in the Netherlands. Full start from the corner.
Ini tinggi banget nih orang Australia ini. Gila, yang nomor 19 tinggi banget guys.
Two centre backs. Contest in terms of height, but Suter particularly tall. Good to deliver.
Hati.
Swinger again,
Mantap.
headed away by Walsh.
Raftar.
Too much about it. It came off the back of his head. Is
Hati. Mantap Verdonk. Aduh.
nice ball. It's fallen for the shot. Blocked away by Hubner.
Hati.
Australia back in possession with Irvine. Puts the ball across again.
Martin pas, kelas Martin pas, gila. Ya ampun.
Looked as though it was going to be blocked initially. But the power on the shot took it through, and Martin Paes was there to make the save.
Hampir aja.
It's a real spell of concerted pressure from Australia. It was good work from Irvine and Harry Suter running onto it.
Hampir aja. Ini juga, kalau nggak diblok gila itu gol itu.
George trying to get himself in the way a bit, but
Hati-hati. Jangan terlalu dalam.
he could do to deny Suter, but there was from Martin Paes.
Gak dijaga.
Irvine again. Jenner with the challenge and another Australian corner. And it's the best spell of the game so far for the visitors. Certainly their best chance. To Suter, who found a way through the two Indonesian defenders who were closing him down. Paes, who was busy in Saudi Arabia. By Silvera.
Goal kick. Aduh, corner
Another
lagi.
corner. Indonesia could cap their early pressure with a goal. Can Australia? Their best moment of the first half so far. Graham Arnold will certainly be hoping so. It's coming again from Craig Goodwin, the in-swinger towards the penalty spots.
Hati.
Burgess both in there.
Bahaya.
Headed down is beaten away
Ya
by
ampun.
Paes. A chance again for Harry Suter.
Nomor 19 nih bahaya banget sih. Gak dijaga.
Over the place,
Ya.
the delivery from Goodwin. Suter was always going to get on the end of it. Had a good look at it as well. He was way above Jay Insets. He's across to make the save. Goodwin again. Defending for Indonesia.
Mantap. Rafnar, ya kejauhan kontrolnya.
Going. Beaten to it though by Irakunda. Australia keep possession.
Bisa yuk.
In good form this year. It's the 12th game of 2024. They've won 8, lost 2 and drawn 1 of the previous 11. The defeat to Bahrain on Thursday ended a run of 4 straight wins without conceding a goal. They've been pretty tight defensively as well. It's Verdonk. Qualify for Australia, home to China on the 10th of October, and then a big trip to Saitama to face Japan.
Nah, press aja udah.
Burgess.
Hati-hati, J, ayo J. Oh bisa J. Ih, kelas. Aduh.
He's been really lively for Australia. He's been playing all across the forward line. Suter. Just trying to switch the play. The dog will be happy to see this out though.
Okay. Baru 0-0 ya. Masih seri. Masih
coach of South Korea was Shin Tae-yong. 2018, the first South Korean to be manager of Indonesia. And Arnold, by the way, set a record. He became the first manager in World Cup qualification history to win 11 straight games in a single campaign as Australia qualified for Qatar 2022. Holes in the road though to Mexico, Canada, and the United States.
Ragnar, kelas. Ayo. Ya, aduh.
Strike was the intended target, but as he's there to intercept.
Hati-hati.
Now here's Duke. Surrounded by white shirts, waiting for support. It arrives now from.
Hati crossing, di crossing.
Ahead of him. He's certainly settled down now into the shape we expect to see. Australia having a lot of the ball. Very bright opening. Quarter of an hour from Indonesia. They haven't conceded a goal in their away qualifying matches. It's Palestine, Lebanon, Bangladesh.
Aduh. Jangan nyampe lah. Aduh, Marcel. Bahaya, tidak.
But lost the ball. Now good win. Irakunda. Difficult one to try and keep the header down. There wasn't too much pace on the delivery either, so had to try and introduce some. Who's now on the books of Bayern Munich. To make his debut though, and feature for Bayern's second team this season. Tanzanian-born winger. His first international goal in the 5-0 win against Palestine in June.
Aduh, empatnya.
Ball himself a bit of time and space. The 1-2 with Bacchus is Irvin. Bench. Just to Suter. You can see now that Australia do feel more in control of the contest. Is Bench. Now outside it. Not sure what he had in mind there as he's Bench.
Aduh.
It's given away by Isis.
Hati-hati.
Irvin.
Kelas Rizky Ridho.
Challenge on good win by Ridho.
It's a
This is football here for Garcia Jakarta. The 22-year-old centre-back Ridho. That Asian Cup squad in January. Corner number 7 then for Australia. It's whipped into the centre. Touch off John. As well, the Swansea full-back to head in behind. Relatively solid despite the fact Australia are having more of the ball now, just a couple of chances for Harry Suter.
hati-hati. Aduh.
It's been a skill, the ball whipped in by Irvin. It's going to be a free kick, foul on Mangoin.
Kartu bos.
So the ball clattered into by Craig Goodwin, the corner kick taken. Second international goal in that 1-1 draw against Saudi Arabia on Thursday. Didn't actually score in his international debut, a 3-0 win away from home in March. To Dender in Belgium. 26 was formerly in the Netherlands with Groningen and Go Ahead Eagles.
Aduh, fall dong. No.
Shot by Irvin. Spotted by the referee who was right there. And it's just a nudge in the back as Sandy Walsh jumped for the ball. It was cute play, but not cute enough. Spotted by Salman Ahmad Falahi, the referee. Defending to do for Australia, who haven't had too much of late.
Bisa yuk.
Not to deliver.
Gol-golnya dari set piece aja nih. Wih. Hampir. Jay hampir.
Just unable to stretch out the boot and get any kind of control on it. Teasing delivery.
Iya, hampir ya ampun.
Too high. Either Hubner or Intis, who were the furthest forwards. Indonesia.
Marcel. Ya elah Marcelino.
Ran it. Flick into Duke. Well, he asked an awful lot there of Viren Kunda. He's quick, but goodness me, he's not that quick. He's from Machida Zelvia in J1 in Japan. Side who won promotion last season from J2 and have taken the top flight by storm. Top for most of the campaign, but just knocked off the top before the break.
Aduh, hati-hati.
Hiroshima is
Kelas J.
Australia almost in behind, but Indonesia did well to defend it. And here's Walsh.
Ragnar.
Or a man going. He's overplayed it. Gives it away to Jackson Irvin.
Balik perdong.
He's going for goal.
Anjing, hampir anjir.
So unlucky. Cleared away by Izzes.
Anjir, hampir banget tadi coy.
Nestori Irankunda within centimetres of giving Australia the lead. Well, they didn't close him down, they almost invited him to shoot, and he took the invite. Very nearly punished Indonesia. It's the let-off of the half for either team so far.
Untung tadi masih kena tiang. Kalau enggak bahaya anjir. Sorry guys, keceplosan guys tadi. Tadi benar-benar hampir sih, hampir banget Australia gol. Untung aja nggak gol. Press. Aduh. Kelas makin pas. Kelas.
Well, the feeling is that Australia are getting closer to taking the lead here. Where was the marking on Craig Goodwin?
Kelas makin pas.
It was a move that was always going to end with a shot once he was in. Martin Payes did well to close the angle, but he could do nothing about that one from Irankunda that rattled back off the post, and he was fortunate there actually, Martin Payes, that it didn't hit him and go back in over the line. How many times have we seen that happen?
Lihat apa? Lihat timnas. Lihat timnas guys.
Nestori Irankunda really unlucky. 10 minutes to half time, 0-0, but Australia very much in the ascendancy.
Aduh, hati-hati. Strike.
Strike for Indonesia. Irankunda did well. Terrific chasing back from the 18.
Sayang. Apa yang masih panas ya? Ini panas nih. Ya aku sambil cas by the way ini tuh. Ya aku itu sambil cas, cuman
to the opening quarter of an hour. It's Burgess.
Lawan siapa? Lawan Australia.
Suter. Sheffield United from Leicester City. Harry Suter is playing for Stoke. Dundee United in Scotland. He's actually born in Scotland and represented there at under 19s before switch to Australia. Getting the foot in, but kick given. Last season with Parma helping them back into Serie A, the top flight of Italian football. Chakati.
Hati-hati.
Set piece for Australia. They've had a succession of them.
Hati-hati. Mantap.
Delivery this time though from Goodwin. Back to Matt Ryan. It's the opening 2 or 3 minutes, but there's a great deal to do since then. Just gets it away. Australian throw. Australia. On the far side, it's Burgess. Now Behich. Suter. There's no real pressing here from Indonesia. Happy for Australia to have the ball. Indonesia preferring to get numbers back and defend deep. Australia on the counter. Served them well. General Thursday. Across the challenge on Goodwin. He was the player expected to start in behind Lucu in the forward line, but he's on the left again. Is there a
Itu semua backgroundnya ya iyalah, kan nggak mungkin yang dari sana kayak gitu. Hati-hati, mantap. Ih, counter Ragnar, Orat Mangun. Oke, santai, balik dulu. Santai. Aduh.
His foot on the ball, the chance was gone really. Catty's header. Get off Silvera for an Indonesian throw. The coach who knows his way to success.
Rido, aduh.
Songnam, who won to the Asian Champions League win 14 years ago now in 2010. He won as a player himself in his former guise as the Asian Club Championship back in 1995. Just talking to, I think, for Raphael Stroke. He's lucky actually, so you're talking to. I mean, that was a blatant pull on the shirt. Joel moves it back. Back to scoring. Kunda loses it.
Hey, Ragnar. Strike.
Come away with it. Strike has it.
Ay.
The runner wanted to play forward. Instead, it's now with Mitch Duke for Australia.
Kelas C.
So it's got back and made it difficult for him though.
Build up lagi dari belakang.
Sandy Walsh. Jenner. Try Martin Pace. Look at the switch now in possession. It was the other way round in the opening 10 or 15 minutes. Australia have been in full control now for the last 25 minutes plus. A couple of chances. Harry Suter, the big one for Nestori, Iran Kunda that clattered back off the post. Too much to look back on apart from that opening minute with.
Aduh, bos. Umpanmu.
Irvin. Behich. Suter to Bacchus.
Press, Jenner.
The foot in.
Marcel.
Possession though with Behich. Been immediately under pressure from Risky Rido. Suter.
Press, Ragnar.
Fans will have to wait until the 15th of November for their next home qualifier when Indonesia entertain Japan.
Wah, tapi rumputnya GWK jelek sih guys. Ini bolanya aja mantul-mantul mulu ini. Wih, kelas. Ayo. Handle. Nah, kau kena kartu kuning nggak tuh?
Second yellow card in the game, this time for Wkwk. Very good one in the book for Australia. Great handball. Sound midfielder who's joined the shot from Scotland, where he was playing for St Mirren.
Wih, Sandy Walsh dapat.
Indonesia have it in a decent position.
Aduh,
Disappointing
ya
delivery
Lord.
from Jenna. A bit more composure. Rewatch couldn't take advantage though. On back by Nathan Joel. Stay down.
Hukna cedera.
Fifth appearance of this World Cup qualifying campaign, Hubner. It's actually owned by Wolves, currently on loan with Cerezo Osaka in J1 in Japan.
Hukna cedera, bahaya nih.
Seems to be a problem for Justin Hubner. Busy debut and he's been busy again. Martin Pace, there's the save from Harry Suter. Good block. From the header as well. There's also save from Craig Goodwin. One time he was beaten, he was saved by his left post.
Sudah 45 menit aja guys. 2 menit tambahan waktu. Yuk bisa at least draw dulu half time. Nanti babak kedua Tom Haye kalau fit bisa main. Jadi biar nggak kecapean Tom Haye.
Tempo of the contest. Settled into what many thought it would be ahead of kick-off, with Australia sitting and inviting Australia onto them.
Indonesia menang nggak? Semoga, amin.
It's the second part though that Indonesia have been struggling with.
Jauh.
Better when they were on the front foot in the opening.
Sandy.
Again now Walsh.
Aduh.
For Going.
Dapat lagi bolanya. Santai, Rido. Aduh, Rido.
Too many passes going astray in the second part of this first half. Probably going to be the busier coach at half time. Shin Tae-yong. Side, most of his plan in place, they just need those finishing touches. Hayes gets it away. From Suter. From Rido. One by Chakati. Helped out by Bacchus.
Fluid.
Before the pressure came from Going, it was half-hearted single-man press though, really. Gets it away.
Mana pelitnya nih? Aduh, nggak pelit.
One last attack for Australia. By Goodwin. It's classy.
Aduh, ya Nar, hati-hati dong. Udah mau peluit loh.
We're worried for Indonesia. The amount of set pieces, not just the corners, but needless free kicks that have been given away in and around the box. Jenna with another one there. The upshot is that Australia haven't been able to take full advantage, although Suter has had a couple of sights of the Indonesian goal from them.
Last attack dari Australia. Apakah
making it rounds in Wkwk Stadium. Contingent will be glad to hear the half-time whistle, so everybody can have a break.
hati-hati.
Well, it wasn't a bad ball. It's headed back across into the
Hampir. Oke,
delivery. There was
half time draw-nya
gold and
harusnya.
green at the back post. It was Suter who got the head across. It's going to win most things in the air. It's Harry Suter.
First half 0-0. Gak ada gol, gak ada ini. Ya guys, ini HP-nya juga ada panas. Jantung aman. Oke lah, kalau kayak gitu mungkin di end di sini live-nya. Thank you. Semoga bisa menang atau at least draw. Thank you guys yang udah ikut live hari ini.